Hi, for all of you who are in doubt, this is a quick introduction into World of Tanks. World of Tanks is a downloadable, massively multiplayer online game where you command a tank. Just one tank, but group strategy and teamwork are very important. In order to play it, you have to register at the World of Tanks homepage by clicking Create Account and filling the form. Now you can download the game, it is around 10 gigabytes. Remember your password. With it, you have access to your account even after reinstalling the game. When game starts, this is your basic screen where you select which tank to play. You start off with one first-tier tank from each nationality. Nationalities are not important as the game ignores them when teaming you up with other players. Here, German tanks can play side-by-side Soviet or American vehicles. Tiers are important, they denote which level your tank is. Progress is made by playing battles, earning money and experience, spending them on tank improvements and finally developing and buying the next tier tank of the same line. One line features tanks of a single type. To understand tank types, we must have a look at basic game mechanics. This is where you will be spending 90% of your playing time. Random battles on random maps in random teams of 15 versus 15 tanks of a similar tier. Every tank has a certain view range and radio range. If you spot an enemy tank within your view range, all allied tanks within radio range get informed and may fire on the enemy. This is why you can stay behind and depend on others to detect targets for you. This strategy is called sniping, and it is best performed by TDs or tank destroyers. Tank destroyers have very strong and accurate guns, but in most cases no rotating turret, a weakness in close combat. Snipers need scouts, fast tanks that earn credits by spotting, not by doing damage. Ideal for this are vehicles from the light tank line. Constantly on the move, scouts evade enemy fire, informing allies of unit positions. Artillery is another type of unit that avoids direct combat and has no rotating turret. Big and slow, and usually bound to the base, artillery views the battlefield from a bird's eye view, delivering inaccurate but devastating shots. Both tank destroyers and artillery depend on scouts to detect targets. Their cooperation is a key strategic concept. Another concept is armor and armor penetration. Hitting your opponent doesn't guarantee damage, especially on higher tiers. Armor has various thicknesses, and experienced players know the weak spots of most tanks by heart. Every tank is different, but in general, the hull is weaker than the turret. In general, the lower glacis and the commander's hatch are weak spots, and in general, front armor is much stronger than side armor, while rear armor is by far the weakest. This is why getting behind the enemy is always a good strategy, and the best tank type to do it is a medium tank. Medium tanks are much slower than scouts, but fast enough to circle an enemy and attack its rear. This attack works best when coordinated with heavy tanks attacking from the front. So these are the 5 basic tank types and their roles on the battlefield. Scouts moving fast to detect enemy artillery and tank destroyers. Heavy tanks make up the front line, supported by mediums looking for opportunities to flank. Tank destroyers cover from behind, and artillery shells slow enemy tanks while avoiding detection. All this happens on the tactical level, but maps are big and usually teams divide in 2 groups to secure the flanks before launching a central offensive. World of Tanks is free to play, and micropayments, in-game gold, let you progress faster but doesn't give real battlefield advantages, so the game remains fun to play even without spending real cash.